Let's shift focus from Sharad Pawar to an equally controversial Union Minister, Telecom Minister A. Raja. He's not just defiantly clinging on to his ministry, he's also cocking a virtual snook at the Congress. Mr. Raja has divested one of his Ministers of State, Gurudas Kamath, of all his responsibilities in the Telecom Department, and instead, all the work in the Telecom Department will now be handled by Sachin Pilot, who so far was only in charge of IT. Interestingly, this is in keeping with the battle of nerves that's been going on between the Congress and the DMK on Mr. Raja's continuance in Sharad Pawar.
The swords are out. It's the DMK versus the Congress. And in the eye of the storm yet again is this man, Telecom Minister A. Raja.
Mr. Raja? Yes.
After headlines today nailed A. Raja on tape, it's almost certain that the Telecom Minister is on his way out of Sharad Pawar. But before the final blow, the mind games have already begun. And in right earnest. Now Spectrum Raja is on the offensive. And the first casualty is his deputy and Congressman Gurudas Kamath. In a completely unilateral and ad hoc fashion, A. Raja has divested his MOS Gurudas Kamath of all his responsibilities in the Telecom Department. He's now been given the less fancy Postal Department. And this without even consulting the junior minister, who's currently out of the country. Interestingly, all the work that had been allocated to Kamath has now been handed over to Sachin Pilot, another Congress junior minister. Sachin until now was only dealing with IT affairs, sitting in Electronics Niketan, and was far removed from the Telecom Department. Headlines today is in exclusive possession of the orders signed by A. Raja. It states,
in order to avoid administrative duplicities and confusions and to maintain synchronization of the procedural mechanism to address issues, it has been decided to allocate all the works of Department of Telecommunication presently being looked after by MOS Gurudas Kamath to MOS Sachin Pilot. MOS Gurudas Kamath will continue to look after the work allotted to him related to Department of Posts.
Sources have told headlines today that Raja has charged Gurudas Kamath with non-performance, particularly those related to parliamentary questions. When contacted by headlines today, A. Raja again chose to play it safe. He said,
"This is an internal matter. I cannot share it with the media."
Raja may be in denial, but the writing is on the wall. But Raja's provocative act also clears one thing. He's got the support where it matters most. His party, the DMK.
And I don't think there is any basis for such reports. It is just a report we find only in the media.
But the Congress is choosing to play it safe.
This is between the realm of an allocation of business rules, transaction of business rules, and between the cabinet minister concerned and his minister of state.
If the way he is behaving, the way he is curtailing the powers of all his MOSs, the way he is trying to run the whole Ministry of Communication as a fiefdom, it is not right. It is time action be taken, which you have demanded. He needs to be sacked.
It is quite clear that Raja, with his crown in jeopardy, is now flexing his muscles. By unceremoniously stripping Kamath of his telecom responsibilities, Raja has sent out the message that he is still the boss. Now, the million-dollar question is, will Kamath be Raja's last stand? With Javed Ansari, Ashish Khetan, for Headlines Today.